These projects ultimately exist to serve people. We're talking Medicare beneficiaries, claimants, families navigating social safety net programs. And a lot of the daily work is about wrangling stakeholders, contracts, old code bases. When you're kind of in the middle, in the bubble of all of that, how do you keep those end users that we're thinking about present in the room with you?
I think the goal is to keep end users kind of in like present throughout that entire process. So human centered design is a major tenet of Nava's approach, right? And so one of the ways that we do that is not just have kind of like research be an input at the kickoff that you sort of use once or refer to once and you move on, but right, the goal is to kind of continually pull that into our sprint cadence and be able to pull that into decisions as we go. I think the other thing about this is not designing in a vacuum, right? So I think it's one thing to sort of think about design as like what is the most elegant design versus like a more, maybe again, like maybe to overuse the term human centeredness here, right? But to be more grounded in sort of like what's the real world experience going to be around this, right? If someone's filling out benefits and they're trying to do this at 11 o'clock on a Sunday, they're going to be in a very specific sort of mode, right, to try to get that work done. And so how do we think about what does it mean to design for that specific type of interaction? um like, to also connect it to something that we were talking about a minute or two ago, right? It's talking about like compressing discovery, right? Compressing like the archaeology phases of these modernization efforts. And this is a big reason to me why it's important to do that, because teams spend so much time thinking about or trying to understand like what was this system designed to do 40 years ago, and then they miss the opportunity or they run out of time to actually think about like, well, how should this actually work going forward, right? And so again, like the less time that we spend sort of unpacking the past, the more time we can think about what's the right way to have this service exist going forward.